You've seen the organism, you've seen its feeding patterns, you've seen how it infects the minds of professionals and how it manufactures narratives. Now we strip away the last illusion. The family court is not chaotic. It's not random. It is not a collection of human errors. It follows an incentive blueprint so rigid, so predictable, so coldly rational that once you see it, every mystery in your case becomes obvious. Institutions don't behave morally, they behave structurally. And here is the structure. Incentive 1. Avoid accountability at all costs. This is the master incentive. The foundation beneath this, every behavior in the system. The organism will do anything to avoid being exposed as negligent, ignoring evidence, distorting facts, protecting incompetent professionals, manipulating narratives, burying mistakes, attacking parents who threaten the storyline. And why? Because accountability is fatal. It opens the door to appeals, reviews, reputational damage, political scrutiny, financial consequences, public outrage. So the organism's first law becomes never allow the parent's truth to prove the system wrong. And this is why errors vanish, contradictions evaporate, rewritten history becomes accepted fact. Parents get blamed for the system's failings. The organism protects itself first, children second, parents last. 2. Incentive number 2 is preserve institutional authority above evidence. Authority is the currency of family court. Without authority, it cannot justify its power, its secrecy, or its extraordinary intrusion into family life. So when evidence threatens authority, authority overrides evidence. For example, CAFCASS can be wrong and still get believed. Social workers can contradict themselves and still get validated. Experts can still misquote data and still get difference. Parents can present proof and still be ignored. Why? Because if a judge admits one professional was wrong, the entire institutional hierarchy becomes unstable. The system would rather be inaccurate rather than vulnerable. Authority cannot crack, not even once. Incentive 3. Prioritize risk avoidance over accuracy. Professionals do not make decisions based on the truth. They make decisions based on the professional self-protection. If they underestimate risk, they get blamed. If they overestimate risk, they get rewarded. So they always overestimate. Always. This creates inflated concerns, exaggerated red flags, excessive safeguarding, just-in-case decisions, needless supervision, unnecessary assessments, not because the case requires it, because the professional's career requires it. Accuracy is risky. Overreaction is safe. Incentive number 4. Maintain conflict to justify workload. Conflict is institutional. It's institutional oxygen. If cases resolved early, the system would collapse under its own redundancy. So the organisms build incentives that keep conflict alive, very much alive. Vague findings, incomplete risk assessments, contradictory recommendations, inconsistent orders, unclear expectations, delayed hearings, false hope, shifting goalposts. And parents think this is incompetence. It isn't. It's absolutely not. It's conflict generation, the fuel that organisms burn to stay alive. The longer the case, the more the institution benefits. Incentive 5. Reward compliance, punish clarity. The system cannot survive parents who see through it. So it rewards those who accept professional opinion without challenge, show emotional vulnerability, demonstrate fear, appear dependent, seek validation, remain confused, defer to authority. And it punishes those who challenge the narrative, stay calm, provide strong evidence, speak logically, expose contradictions, refuse emotional chaos, identify incentives, understand institutional behavior. The organism fears clarity more than aggression. Clarity is the one thing it cannot metabolize. Incentive 6. Expand bureaucracy through procedural complexity. Institutional organisms grow through complexity. So the system creates more steps, more paperwork, more professionals, more assessments, more hearings, more reviews, more multi-agency input, more procedural rituals. Every added layer increases authority, reduces oversight, expands budget, justification, strengthens the organism's ecosystem, disempowers parents further. This is why the family court is dense with ritual and devoid of logic. Complexity is not accidental. Complexity is a weapon. Incentive 7. Convert parent resistance into proof of guilt. Here is the most brutal part of the blueprint. The system creates a trap. If you resist, it becomes evidence that you are the problem. If you comply, it becomes evidence that the system was right about you. Either way, the organism wins, and this is why. Defending yourself becomes hostility. Asking questions becomes aggression. Pointing out contradictions becomes controlling. Staying calm becomes calculated. Showing emotions becomes instability. Refusing unjust assessments becomes non-cooperation. Resistance to metabolized into guilt. Cooperation is metabolized into validation. You cannot win by playing the system's game. You win by understanding the rules the system pretends doesn't exist. Incentive 8. Protect the narrative even if the children suffer. The darkest truth here is protecting the institutional narrative means harming the child. The child will be harmed, not intentionally, but not maliciously, but structurally, because the narrative is the organism's survival mechanism. And nothing, not even the child, comes before that. This is why genuine abuse gets minimized. False allegations get amplified. Dangerous parents get protected. Safe parents get punished. Children's best wishes get reinterpreted. Long-term harm gets ignored. Short-term risk gets exaggerated. The institution does not protect children. It does not. So it protects the story that protects the institution, always before anything else.